What's up guys, Patrick here from Top Tier Gaming, and today I'm coming at y'all with a Dragon Link deck profile for the September, or I guess it's October 1st ban list. This list will change when the Crossout Designator comes out in the Mega Tins, but I wanted to go ahead and get this profile out here because this is what I've been playing lately. It's a really cool deck. It plays a lot of like hand traps and stuff to just interact with your opponent because you don't really set up unbreakable boards with Dragon Link anymore. That's not really its goal, in my view. You just want to sit there and say, you're not going to be able to kill me, I'm going to interact with you enough to where I can just break through your board and kill you. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and... Starting off, we have triple Rocket Tracer. This is kind of like the iconic Dragon Link monster. He's really good. He pops a card on board that you can draw a face up, and then specials a rocket from deck. He's just super good. Yeah, and he kind of like insulates, or not insulates, excuse me, he creates all the opportunities for the deck to pop off, in my view. It's also a level 4 tuner, which is huge for this deck. Then we have Double Rocket Synchron. It's a level 1 tuner, and it specials a Dark Dragon from Grave on normal summon. A high level Dark Dragon from Grave. Which turn 2 can be really good to just start rolling and to begin to kill your opponent. Then we have Winter Recharger, because it's probably the best level 4 outside of maybe Silver Rocket. Like, you can make the argument, but this one has an hand effect that I think is better than Silver Rocket. At least if you're not playing like the like Shinping's old build where like you would make Abomination and look at your opponent's extra deck. And then we play one Absurata. I was playing 2 Absurata for a while, and I still go back and forth on it, but I wanted to slim down space in the deck, and he kind of doesn't do anything by himself, so, you know, I just cut him down to 1 for now. I'm considering still playing 2. Then we play the best card in the deck, actually, Starleech Seyfert. He sends dragons from hand or field to grave, and then adds the same level monster, equal to the levels that you sent from deck to hand. He's super good, and then you can banish to add a level 8 from grave back to your hand. So you can use Levianeer multiple times by doing that. It's super nice to have the ability to do that. And then with that Chaos package, we put the Brotor, and then the Light and Dark, and our Levy. I mean, they're just the Chaos engine. It's super good. Brotor, I just recently added in because he's super good to summon off of spheres, since I don't play Chamber. He gives you a card that can give you access to another hand trap, can give you access to Phantasma, which is just really useful, because again, we're not setting up super oppressive boards, so it's nice to like have instant access to it. And we play 3 Nocto because it specials whenever a dark monster is special from an extra deck. Excuse me, a Dark Dragon is special to your field, excuse me, and anytime he's linked off, you draw a card. So he's nice, he's a good card. He's also one of the cards like Absurata where he doesn't do anything by himself, but he just gives you more, in my opinion, than Absurata does. It just gives you access to hand traps and stuff. And then we play triple Quick Launch and triple Chaos Space. These are like absurd card. Chaos Space with a light or a dark in hand is just dumb. This card is actually like an option to be hit on the ban list one day. Same with Quick Launch. It's just a non-once per turn E-Tele. Card's nice. Card I recently added in, triple Guard Dragon. I didn't really want to play like a super heavy combo version of the deck, but this just lets any one dragon in your hand be like the majority of your full board, which is just really nice, and I think it's worth playing, at least currently. Maybe once Crossout comes out, that might be the 3 spots I find, but then we play R1 of Call by the Grave because, you know, it should be Bander at 3. Then we play our 2 field spells. Suck to draw. I mean, Boot sucks to draw. Ravine's fine to draw. Yeah. Then we play triple Rivalry. Floodgates are nice, and this card does not affect you in the slightest. And even if it does begin to affect you, you can trace or pop it if you need to go into access code. So it doesn't really matter at all. Now on to the hand traps in the deck, and if you can't tell, there's quite a few. First, we're playing triple Veiler. Veiler's just one of the best hand traps in the game right now. And it's also, you can add it to your hand off of the Chaos Dragon. Just super nice, and it's not once per turn. The only downside to the card is you can't use it on your turn, which, you know, kind of sucks if you 6th card draw it. But I still think it's like completely worth playing. Plus it gives you access to some stuff in the extra deck that I'll cover once I get there. 3 Veiler, I'm going to play triple Ash Blossom. One of the best generic hand traps in the game. It's the only one I'm playing where you can't add it to hand currently, which kind of sucks, but you know, if Ash was light or dark, the game would be kind of dumb. Then I'm currently testing out 2 Ogre. I like Ogre a lot. Like, it has really good interactions with a lot of decks right now to me. Like, if Drytron, if they're still being played, you Ogre their Fafnir, or you Ogre their Diviner. Like, sure, they get their Send, but if you hit the Fafnir, they can't Ritual Spell off of him anymore. So, like, they can get their Gamma Centigrade, but they better have another Drytron in hand to summon him, or have a, you know, a Ritual, but, like, it just cuts off, like, avenues from your opponent. Plus, it's addable off of Chaos, which is, like, a big part of it. And I'm playing 2 Phantasme. Don't want to play 3, because 3's pretty cloggy, because he doesn't really do anything in some matchups. Like, specifically in Drytron, he's kind of bad, because they only really link summon as their final summon. And, you can add him to hand off Brotor. Like, he's pretty searchable. Like, all of our hand traps are semi-searchable, except Ash. Then we play Double Skullmeister. It's a dark. He's okay. I just think it's better than Bell in this deck specifically, because it, you know, actually is a dark, unlike Bell, who's an Earth, which kind of sucks. If Bell was dark, oh, she'd be in here. And then we play Triple Ember. It sucks to play this whenever we're playing Phantasme, but I feel like you kind of have to. Like, this card's just too good. Like, 6th drawing this is your best possible hand trap. It's just nice. Yeah. We play, how many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We play 15 hand traps in the main. I think this is 47. I can't remember. I think it's 47 last I checked. It's a pretty cool deck. Like, you aren't really looking to set up unbreakable god boards. You're just looking to set up the same boards over and over again and say, look, you're gonna have to kill me because, you know, I have such explosivity on the next turn. Like, if it comes back to me, I can usually win on that turn. So you have to actually just kill your opponent if you're playing against this deck. Because if you let them get to a turn 2, this deck just explodes off the walls. It's insanely good. Now, onto the extra deck. It's just pretty basic. Double Spears, card's really nice. Non-targeting bounce is good. On Striker Dragon, these are like the quintessential Dragon Link cards right now. Or Dragon Link links. Yeah, you have to play them. Then we play Pisty. Card kind of sucks, but since we play Succession now, you can actually use his effect more often, which is kind of nice. Like, it lets you link climb further on turn 1. But I don't really value this card that highly. But it's alright. And I feel like you have to play it because it's a level 1, or it's a link 1, which is like super important, where if you just have like Chaos Dragons in hand, like baby dragons, you can just like make a link 2 just off of like him if you've already used your Striker Dragon. Then we play the Quad Boral. This card's really nice. It's a level 8 synchro anytime you need one. I don't know what else to say about it. This card is just insane. Then we play the Wonder Romulus. It adds Ravine, and it's a link 2 dragon. Don't know what else to tell you. It's pretty good. I wouldn't like go crazy about it, but you know, it is what gives you access to Rocket Tracer every hand, because you can send a router and add it to hand, which is good, I'll admit. Then we play the IP package of IP Unicorn. You end on IP seals quite a bit, and you'll go into Unicorn with whatever the seals summons. So it's just really nice to you know, shuffle away opponent stuff. Then we play the Selene package with access code. Because your combo basically searches out 2 spells if you do the full thing. Like, you go into Romulus, you guaranteed search out 2 spells. You just need 1 spell on the field or in the grave, because at that point you have the 3 to summon back and go access code and just kill them, which is super nice, because like, if they don't have a response to it, it's just game. Like, because you can usually get into access code and make him 53 by, you know, targeting Selene and grave. Pop at least 3, because you should have a dark engrave plus a water light, and then you have access code plus the chaos ruler that you probably summoned on turn 1, so that's 8,300 damage right there. So like, it's very lethal whenever it happens. And I'll play the One Boral Sword, because sometimes you need to kill him by punching him instead of, you know, popping everything and then punching him. You just need to punch him twice. Onto the synchros. Play Chaos Ruler. This card is what makes this deck go right now. He is so ridiculous. The amount of advantage he gives you, plus like milling Chaos Space, adding a hand trap, and then like sending like I've had like mills where I would mill Valor, Chaos Space, Levy, Seifert, and then like a blank, and I'm like, wow, this is absolutely insane. Like you add the Valor and then Seifert banishes to add Levy, and like it's so crazy how much value this card gives you. Like he is genuinely the best card in the extra deck, in my opinion. I'm gonna play Borload. I don't really make him that often because if I have the option between one of these, I'm going into Ruler every time. Because like Ruler can give you gives your ceiling like so much space, and then Savage is just like, you know what Savage does. He's just negating and getting big, which isn't necessarily bad. But if you have access to your level 1, you do that anyways with this guy, and then you summon him back. Like you just get more value by going into Ruler most of the time. Ruler is just so good. He's actually like the best card in the deck. He is, in my view, what makes this deck playable, like at all. Going into the extra deck, we're playing Triple Nibiru. I only want to play hand traps that are light or dark, and I don't want to replace them with other hand traps that are like different attributes that mess with my Chaos Space ratios. Because I'm just really happy with how often I have something to pitch for Chaos Space, or have something engraved to banish for light or dark dragons, or what's his name, Levineer. And Nibiru is just, it's a good light, and honestly, Nibiru is just a really good card right now, I think. He just kind of poops on anything that's not meta, and that's really one of the harder things to deal with, is like random rogue decks that you'll just suddenly have problems with. But I don't know. I haven't gotten to take this deck to a super large event. I think the largest event I've been to is like a 20 or 30 man. I want to get the chance to take this deck to something bigger, because I think this now took the place of Drytron in the top 3. I think Virtual World, Dragon Link, and Tri-Brigade are the 3 best decks going into the format, as it stands. So this card poops on VDub, and it can poop on Tri-Brigade if they try to get too fancy with their combos. Then for going first cards, we play 3 Triple Tactics. Just take out an Empire and throw these in. That's really all that is. Just punishes your opponent for trying to play the game. Back row hate, like Triple Twin Twisters, the Harpy's Feather Duster. Twin Twisters, super good, pops 2. You can make the argument for Cosmic Cyclone, and I fully understand that argument, but just right now I'm playing with Twin Twisters. It honestly could change depending on how the format goes. It doesn't really, it's not one of the... I'm not going to fight you if you think Cosmic is better in this slot, because it honestly might be, but this is just what I'm playing out right now. And then we play the 1 Feather Duster because it's a 1-of broken card. And we play 2 Lightning Storm because Feather Duster takes up the spot as the 3rd one of those. And Lightning Storm, because of a card that I'm about to show you, it gives you a bunch of board wipes, because I'm also playing 3 Dark Hole. Dark Hole is surprisingly very good right now. The only deck that really has a problem with it, this card's bad against, in my opinion, is Drytron, because they set up negates, a bunch of negates. Every other deck in the room doesn't really put up negates outside of this deck. Dragon Link, which only usually has 1 negate, and Drytron. So you can usually just bait out the hot red negate, and then just slam Dark Hole and look at your opponent and say, what do you want to do? This card's super nice right now, and every deck that's coming out in the future right now can lose to Dark Hole. Heroes, their board dies to Dark Hole. Shenjing usually puts up 1 negate. It's the same as Dragon Link, where you bait out the negate and then Dark Hole them. It's alright, good job. Flunderies dies to Dark Hole. It's just a really good card right now, in my opinion. I think it's actually going to be super good going into the next meta. If you want to just play 1 Raigeki, 2 Dark Hole, I would understand. But honestly, I didn't want to go buy any other Raigeki because I have 3 Turbo Dark Holes. If we're going to be real about it. It's just me being petty. I don't think that's the right word, but either way, But yeah, Dragon Link going into the future I think is very good. My friends and I have been discussing this. I've been discussing with Aaron and Mason, who you've seen, and Levi, who you've seen. This deck has a really good spot going into the future because it can play Rivalry, it can play a bunch of hand traps, and then it can slam Crossout into it and say, alright, I'm already playing every hand trap in the deck, or in the game, so I might as well just, put Crossout in there. This hand's pretty nice, Drawing 2 safer kind of sucks, but gives you hand trap plus card dragon. Ooh. I mean, you opened Chaos Space Card Dragon, you're a cheater. Opened Call to the Grave, now just give me 1. Yep, there we go. See, if this is Bell, don't have anything to discard for it, but since I'm playing Chaos Space, you can just discard it, Chaos Space Search, super nice, and then you have Guard Dragon to continue your plays. Like, I really just want hand traps that, like, synergize with Chaos Space, so when you open your hand, you're like, dang, this doesn't really do anything. Like, see, going second, you have 3 hand traps plus combo, and then you draw for your 6th, draw Rivalry. I just want to open like 2 to 3 hand traps every hand, and be able to like slow my opponent down. Alright, that's one of the ones where, dang, I hope I can just get through there with Rivalry and 2 hand traps. Oh, yep, and you top deck safe for the next turn. Like, even its weak hands, like, can just floodgate out decks. Alright, well, we drew Boot Sector Launch, but we drew Quick Launch Web Register, so deck's nice. I definitely think you should pick it up. It's not super expensive right now. I think Seyfried's are the most expensive card in it. They're like $10. Chaos Rulers are a little bit. I don't remember how much they are right now. But if you're wanting to play like a good mid-range pseudo-control deck, which I think that's what Dragon Link is now, I definitely recommend picking up the deck. Pretty good. And yeah, make sure you all check the link tree in the description. Has all of the information for our socials and stuff. If you want to, follow us on those. Have a nice day. Bye.